Hey YouTube, this is Cardfight doing a deck profile of Tachikaze version 1.0. I'm not finished getting the stuff I need for it. There's only like one holo I plan on playing, the Perfect Guard. So I just have it proxied, but I figured I'd do a deck profile of it just so you guys could see the direction I'm starting at with it. And when I finish getting it, I'll do another deck profile, version 1.1. You can see where it's gone. So for starters, we have the Dragon Egg. I really like this card. It's a very good starter, I think. I like it because of the fact that once you counterblast and return the hand, you just got a free 10 shield to hand, which I really like. The trigger lineup is kind of, you don't have an option for each trigger, but I kind of like it. In most decks, you kind of customize your trigger lineup. And it's usually not like this, but I feel like in this deck it's actually balanced. The reason I like the stand triggers in the deck is because often you attack with the rear guard first anyway, so that when your Vanguard Tyrant Deathrex has to kill someone off, you kill off someone who's already done some work. So you want to attack with the rear guard first anyway sometimes, so I kind of like the stand trigger. It helps with the aggroness. Like the draw triggers, because they go on either turn. The heal triggers and the crits are pretty self-explanatory. I kind of like this trigger lineup for the deck. It feels balanced. Grade 1s, we got 4 Skype Terra, a good card. Just like the Dragon Egg, Counterblast 1, return it to hand. So that when you lose them, you're not actually taking the minus, as long as you can Counterblast. We got the 3 8K booster Sonic Noahs. There's only 3 because this deck doesn't really need an 8K booster. It's great, but basically any booster in this deck, because everybody's big, gets you to that sweet spot. So there's no 12Ks in the deck that can help hit 20 or anything, so just the 3. Then we got 4 Sparkosaurus, another card that can replace itself. However, you're still taking a minus when you replace yourself with this. But if you're discarding something like a draw trigger that you don't need to get a guy that can replace himself and then do it again later, it's pretty decent. And then last we have 4 Perfect Guard Archbirds. Well, there will be once we actually get them. Not much to say. It's pretty standard. Perfect Guard 4. Grade 2s, we got 4 Ravenous Dragon Megarex, 10K Beater Staple. Got 4 Cannon Gear. He's like the Brutal Jack of the deck. He's a big 11K. We have to retire so when you play him, but that's not really a problem for this deck. And then last we have 3 of the Mammoth. The Mammoth is a pretty decent card. It's not great. This deck can't really utilize the soul like at all. However, this card runs pretty decent when you play it turn 2 as the Vanguard, because if you're counting your cards and you can use the soul charge to make yourself more likely to hit triggers, so or get a missing grade, you need like a grade 3 or something. So he's decent. There's not really any better options. So in the grade 3 up we have 4 Chaos Dragon Dino Chaos. I kind of like this card a lot. I don't like the triple rare who pumps 1,000 every time someone dies. I haven't really found that effect useful like at all. Just to make him a 12K and team up with Noah, I would have to have 2 people die at the same turn, which I don't feel is likely. In fact, I'd rather use this guy for the superior ride, which isn't really a problem normally if I have my Skype Terra, my Dragon Egg and such, so I'm not really losing anything, but I get to jump to grade 3 on turn 2, so I like it a lot. And then we have the Star Vanguard of the deck, Tyrant Deathrex. He's pretty big. This card practically has the power of a limit breaker, even though he's like such an old card. The only thing is if the attacks hit, you have to kill off people, but that's not much of a problem in this deck since your Skype Terrors and Dragon Eggs can just bounce back to hand. Overall, the deck turned out to be better than I thought it would be, which I don't know how to explain it too much because the deck's really simple, other than the fact that it's just really standard swinging where your opponent's gonna have to 10 guard every turn and the Vanguard attacking for over 20, and then you're not taking any minuses. It's a really simple deck. I would say it's a very good deck to start out the game with if you're a new player. It's very cheap too. The only card that's going to be hollow in this build of mine will be the Perfect Guards, and those are fairly cheap for a Perfect Guard anyway. So it's a very good deck, very fun actually. Better than I thought it would be. Not saying it's a very competitive deck. Like, I don't necessarily think this would go around and win tournaments all over the place, but it's a good deck. If you're learning, it's very simple. It'd be a good learning deck, very cheap. So thank you for watching.